and welcome back to the second part of this tutorial. So I'm hoping you learned something from the first part where we do talk about tones and values and how to go about it. So we did this drawing, used this reference image and made this drawing or using a line drawing first and showing you how to then color it in, and we colored it in, but then we need to build up these tones on the hat, and I showed you how these tones were built using the color picker and then used the simple tools of the line brush with the density setting here, which allows us to have control over the various tones. And that's in essence how I do realistic drawings, because I understand the tonal gradients that I go on. When I look at this picture, I know there are so many different tones going on, and that's what makes this whole picture more three-dimensional rather than a flat cartoon-like picture. So in this step, we're going to continue doing this. So the first part we completed and brought up here today, and in this final session, we're going to continue and trying to bring out a realistic drawing of this woman in the red hat. Okay, so if, for just a quick review of what you want to get, make sure you have this page bookmarked, paintology.com. Okay, and then go to that pink button, daily step-by-step video tutorials, go there, and then just simply look through the page, go down, you'll see two streams, and then date entries, date going back all the way to beginning of September of all the drawings I've done, including the completed drawings you'll see. Yeah, so these are all complete. In fact, that one particular one was of the very thing that I'm showing you now, of blending. So please bookmark this page, and then you can come back here, and then so we now, you can see from this entry that I've made for 14th November, I got part 1, part 2, which will take you to the streams directly. Okay, so let's fire away, no more questions, and fire away and see how we can utilize the techniques we've learned just a little earlier. So I'm going to actually save this and open it up again because I'm working on a prototype. Just keep that in mind. So I'm clicking on that draw, so I have the reference image as well as my drawing. So let's see what we can do, okay? We can, if we want to, look at this. This color is not, look at all the variations of these tones. That is not easy to do. So we can do it in the way I told you. Lay down the initial tones and then just blend it. Or we could just shoot for the shade brush and then use it like a pencil-like drawing, right? So I'm just deciding what I'm going to show you. I'm going to actually stick to the line brush. I don't want to introduce anything just yet, okay? So now I'm going to pick a good size brush. Let me pick a good size brush here for 6%, and then I'm going to use the color picker to find the colors for that drawing. See that? And then I could just simply just go here and just put the colors in there, right? See? So we can get it up to a point using the color picker to get these tones. So let's do that. Okay, build up the tones right here. Just go over it, just like a pencil. So you can see the darker tones there under the nose. Right, so we got here, we're about 40%. Well, let's take it to 50%. Doesn't matter. you can experiment with this. So I'm not expecting you to follow me like there. So yeah, just go across there, right? Just keeping it tight, local, right there. So I can see my marks here, and these you're now covering. And we're going to do this neck here, right? This neck is obviously none of the colors that we've picked for the flesh tones. You can see it leaves marks, obviously. Don't worry about that. We're going to try and blend it, right? So don't worry about that at all. We know it gets darker towards this side, so we can do a few more strokes, right? Just build it up and then come to this end and just do a few strokes. Yeah, then same thing, we know it's a little darker on this end. Pick the colors, that's it. And then we can see here that it's darker, right? So pick the color picker, get this dark color, and just move it just like a pencil, right there. So many ways to do this. Okay, so let's see what we have here. That is an improvement, you have to admit, isn't it? It's definitely an improvement. It looks like it's coming out. Now you can see this, her all shadows there. Can you see it? On where the hat folds and casts the shadows. You can see it's all black there. But we're just focusing on the face. So we're going to keep this brush size we have. And we got 50%, 4.6. Okay, let's keep that. Oops. And do what we just did there, okay? Picking these dark tones and giving it some tonal range, which makes the drawing much more pleasing to the eye. Okay, so, and then under the eyes, you see here. So just like drawing. And then you know that the nose has this darker patch and then it falls off to a very light color. And remember, we picked our colors as a one flat color, and then that obviously adds a cartoon like to it, but not the details. So you know this, when you've done enough portraits, you know this shading falls off and then it builds up again, the lovely color tones around the cheekbones here. And that's all I'm doing, almost like a drawing effect. Okay, and then around the chin here, it's a little darker and lighter. I've done enough to know where the tones are falling, and therefore I'm using the color picker to give me, it's like the color picker, think of it as like a giving you a range of tonal. Look at the color tones we've got on that color picker on the face, right there. Look at that. That is looking more dimensional. Now let's go down here. Look at this tone here. Can you see? We're going to do that, her arm, the arm here, right? See these tones that are happening? There, wonderful. So now we can pick a little thicker brush because we can't go and do this quickly, right? And then go down, just like we did in the hat, remember? Okay, and then take these tones. This is really gives you an acute understanding of the tones and what's required in drawing. Remember that just keep in mind that here, you see a sort of lighter tone here? Just always keep in mind that this skills that you're learning is going to help you in the other And you're not going to be tied to this app. You're going to learn these fundamental skills that essentially comprises of the drawing as you've come to understand in traditional, but a little bit forgotten because of the huge range of tools that digital artists, app developers provide. So let's see what we have. Better, isn't it? Yeah, but not quite there. But we know we have a secret up our sleeves, which is the blending effect, and I'm going to show you that. So I haven't gone beyond the line brush here, like that's all I have in the density setting. That's all you need to make pretty good drawings. We've got that. Now we know we got to do the hand, right? So let's do the hand, right? So again, this brush is too big. I did that for the arm. So let's take it back to what we had before. And again, color picker, look at that dark area there. This really helps you. Color picker. And then this other arm there, which has got the darker, right? Then right, there's a lot of tonal gradients going on here because the arm's got a lot of smaller features compared to the hand. You know, the lower hand, it's got a lot of tonal features that, because of the smaller features, just like the face, it's got a lot of tonal variations. Look at this arm here. Can you see it through the trace? There's this is darker than what we had at the mid-tone. Can you see that there? Yes. See this? There. So you pick that and just draw along it. Then pick up the other tones. Then build up this tones. This is so much lighter and this is darker again. So we're just getting a sense of tones. It's like drawing. That's all it is, sense of tones. And then our appreciation of tones multiplies by drawing like this. And that's the reason why I can make photorealistic drawings relatively easily. And you might have seen it in my other videos. You know, I don't need this aid tool because I've already developed the skills of appreciating tones, and therefore I'm able to go ahead and make really good drawings. Yeah, that's all drawing is. Requires that. Can you see it? The tones there, the thumb right there. Alright, let's see what we've done with there. Look, see, we built up that lovely tone, right? With that. It's just great, isn't it? Now we can get those, we're building it up slowly. Now we can get these tones, right? I'm not worried about the blending yet. We'll do that at the end. So let's pick this brush up a little bit higher and then get these dark tones. Remember, I'm picking the hair color and then I'm just going to go down, pick the exact color of the hair. So remember, our drawing, I'm not selecting the lines in my drawing. I'm selecting these colors, see? These are the, so we can keep it there, but you won't be able to see your drawing. Okay, so that's all I'm doing. Picking the colors that are there and also putting down a number of tones. You might have heard of tonal painting. That's really what it amounts to. But they use traditional, because not many people are familiar that digital, you can do this. And I'm showing you this because you can't do this. Right. I'm just simply showing you. techniques that you can learn, and even in digital apply similar techniques. But many people stick to the traditional or not, and digital they look at it very differently. But I'm here to show you it's exactly the same. There's no difference if you follow what I'm doing. Well, this is really painting just like on canvas and paper, isn't it? How is it any different? You tell me. Okay, there, can you see these tones? Lovely tones they're going. Let's see what the image looks like now. So we've taken that hatching away, and then we can keep building this, and then just make sure you pick the right tones. That region, don't go way too far, because it's a bigger, darker region. We can sort of capture this region here, pick that, and then pick this, just draw, and then we'll have captured the region. You'll see it, the slight hue variation going here. So now let's finish the rest here. Right, these areas. So this was with the hatching we did for the darker. So again, above midpoint. Now we take it down because the area is quite small. We don't want the brush to overflow. So again here. Keep it tight. There. If you're interested in drawing and painting and you want to learn art, first you got to master fundamentals. It doesn't matter where you go for. If you want to become an even anime illustrator, you still need to know fundamentals. They're going to ask you these questions. Right? You can't just go on technical mastery and that's it, hoping that this will get. And you have to know what art is. Really, really requires experience. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, good here. There's a brush there. Good. Not just technical mastery. There's a lot of learning that you need to know. As a beginner, you don't know all this, and it's no surprise you're not going to know this because it's hard for people to teach these unless they have both skills on all fronts. So that's what we have here, right? See what I did? And now we can correct some details here. This red, right? And then we can maybe correct some details here. It's a little bit of red going on. Here, we've taken it too early. So, with the small brush, that's it. There it is. So we got here so far. Now what we're going to do, I'm going to save this before I go a little more deeper into it, because the face obviously needs improving, and we got plenty of time to finish this drawing into a nice, realistic, not as close obviously to that. You could make it as close if you keep pursuing the direction I'm taking. So let me save this block coloring. That's LV2 hat block. So this is for the purpose of showing people when I write a blog post or something. So let me go back and then open my drawing again. So this is the reference image, this is our, and you can alternate between your reference, and you can see there's quite a bit of work to be done on there. So what can we do next? Yeah, it's entirely up to you. Do you want to improve this face? Well, let's go ahead and improve it, yeah? So the eyes are obviously a little, and we've got these line drawings that we've done, so let's take that out. Let's put this at about 80%, keep it like 3-4% brush size, and then let's just, it's actually quite big, so I'm going to take it down 2.5%. Right, so now you can go alternate. Now we're going to use a different method. We're going to alternate between our drawing and that. So we're going to take it down even more, at 1.5%. So we got that. So we can pick the color like this. Right, this really helps you. This here, pick that color. So we're now really getting into the details. There, see that tone there? And then pick this tone. So now I'm switching back and forth and shaping this attractive eye of this woman here. Right there. So we're going to make it look as pleasing as the real thing, isn't it? And then you can see this lovely little mid-tone here, just sliding along. This is really how the art is done in the real traditional. Now we can go here and say, well, I've got this color going on here. All right. So let's zoom in even more, because that's not giving me some information that I need here. So we can go here from our, again, click on this, and then it will go to the trace method. So you can go back and select some colors there to bring realism, and then just go over it again and there. And then let's take that down a little bit, 60%. So we have a bit more control over the opacity. There. See, this is ours, this is there. So it's very faint. Okay? Very faint. Got this color going on here. And then we have this color going on here. It's not white, can you see it? So we have this here. And this obviously is, see this is obviously blended. And then this dark here, the eye. So we got the exact reference that we need to make this, get these tones. So I'm picking up the tones at this higher resolution. It will give it a bit more depth and life to this. And then here, you can see here I'm doing the tones there. And then I can see tones here. And I can bring it up here and then use the reference to define that tone. See there? There. There. It sort of goes all the way down here. So it's got to be, you've got to make it as close to the drawing that you see. And then here, right, so we're going to pick this here and then watch our drawing. Go alternate between what you're seeing in our drawing. The reference, see that? These tones there, just, you can even put those down. And then put these tones around the here, and then just take it all the way. See that there? That's actually, we brought that closer. the eye low, because we used a bigger brush, didn't we? And then here you can see, take that down, and then just overdo what we did before, right there. That's all we needed to do. Okay, and then see, that's all we needed to do. So again, pick that, and very tightly localized. And let's see what that looks like. Look at the eyes coming out wonderfully, isn't it? Now we can see, this is what I call the drawing process. Okay. So there you can get these colors and then apply it. Remember, you have to pick the colors that are of the reference image, not yours. Okay, so don't forget that. Let's see, that's what we've done here, right? Now we got this, and we can just move it back here. Okay, see that there, over there? So we can bring back this, so shape this area, okay? And then we'll have, can you see where this is going now? Yeah, how quickly we've managed to get some form of better realism. We're in another level of drawing altogether here. Okay, and I'm showing you this very quickly, but I'm hoping you're going to go and practice. Now the same thing here. Get really close in, right? If it stops, then you can click the zoom button and then hold on to it and it'll zoom in as much as you like. Right, so we're going to do the same thing. We're going to do the pick. We're going to alternate here. I'm going to pick the tones. These are, first of all, I'm going to define the outline right there. So the lips I did very quickly, obviously. And then now I'm defining the outlines here. These are the other above the lips. And then here, just following the actual lips. I'm just drawing basically what I'm seeing, right, by alternating, switching. Very powerful, trust me. It's an exceptionally powerful. I've drawn lips actually. I do like the texture of the lips. There. You notice I'm using the color picker and just building up these tones. That's what's going to make the whole lips so little effort. And then just make sure you get the right tones. Don't get too carried away. Look at these brown marks coming underneath those lips. Right? Right. Build up these tones. And then look, it gets lighter here. And pick that tone. There, that turns. And then here, so we're taking those black marks out the way, which was our initial line drawing, because that adds no value, because we're heading towards more realism, isn't it? We're not doing a cartoon type drawing. Look at this dark here. This is really good practice for you. Okay, so make sure you do that. You draw like this. What happens? Yeah, we picked up that tone. Another tone we picked up here. And slowly building up the tones. Right. I'm not using any tools. I'm going by tonal values to define this drawing. Okay, and look at this beautiful dark tone, and it's contrasted against those red lips. Look at these white marks, right? Adds there. That's it. Just so much better in that region. So we're going to race ahead and finish this. Exactly do what I'm doing, right? Build up the stones, and then we're going to go and I'm going to show you how to build blend, and you probably have a good idea of how I did that, because I showed you how I did that with the hat, and you can probably expect more or less the same thing, nothing different. So there's a lighter cheekbone here, there. Just using these tone colorings, right? And then at the same time refining the shape, okay? There, where does this go? Yeah, this goes all the way here. Alright, and then here's completely black. That's what we're going to do, okay? To make that completely black. Right, so we've done that. Now let's do the nose here. So let's go between back and forth like we did, because the nose was there initially, so using the line brush, because now we've got much degree control over there. Much degree of control. You can see the tonal changes there. And then we get that red, the hat there. And I'm not too worried about accuracy here. I'm just worried about getting the right tones. That's all I am. See how I picked up the dark tone there? And that's what adds depth. And then it increases your knowledge of drawing. Trust me, that's too big. Can you see that? So we're going to use that as a shape. To shape those nostrils around that nostril area and picking the color picker. So we've done that really quickly. Then you can see under the nose, slightly, there's a little bit of a lighter tone. And then here, and then here, it's a bit of a lighter tone here. Then here, Right. Okay, so let's see what that looks like. It's looking like a right nose now, isn't it? And then you can see here the drawing process tells us that, look, I've gone way far too darker on here, so I'm going to pull that back, because that was obvious when I did that. And then there is that nice curvature of the upper lip. See that? So we can use it, go to the middle section and carve away at those lips. That should be right. Then carve away at these lips. Okay, then here. And then let's see what we have here. Much better now, isn't it? It's almost looking realistic, isn't it? Now, what can we do now? We can go to the, still got like 10 minutes left, so we can go to the hands, take away those ugly line marks. It's no longer a line drawing, right? So we might as well carry on our path. And then it's wide, take away. You know, if we've gone way beyond it, then let's just chip away at this hand and use the tones to create these, not the dark lines for the line drawing. Okay, just bit by bit. Okay, and I've got it just above the halfway, so I can pick the real color tones, right? Right there. Right here. So I can pick the color tones that you can see that with tonal drawing, just like people who are good at pencil drawing will be using exactly the same way I'm just showing you here. Nothing different. I think we made good progress. What am I doing here? Right? I'm just selecting these tones that are appearing on the hand, so I'm not shifting far away. So I'm still doing exactly what a traditional artist would do, except I don't have to mix colors out of my color picker. Okay, so you'll see that once we remove these lines, it's going to look a lot better. By the way, these are all just drawings that I haven't really done before. I'm learning on the job, if you can call it that. But because of my experience, I'm able to show you something very different to what most people would draw. Using the color picker and still picking out the red. Now I can go over these lines, so it will actually pick the right tone instead of the black tone that I've originally picked, right? So it'll pick the exact tone that was there. As long as you keep it halfway and then you're touching there. Let's see what this looks like, shall we? Let's do this thumb. Yeah, we've got to do this thumb right there. Refine this. So if we do that, we're going to refine this area, okay? With the exact tones. Yeah, we haven't done this area here. The nails here. You can see there the tones here. So this really develops your knowledge and understanding of tones. Look at here. Got this. We probably got the black of the white. I'm not sure what that is. But we can keep doing that. Let's see what we have. Yeah, that's a part of the thumb, of the thumb. So we're going to make it look a bit real. And I got a little bit of the white here, I believe. So let's take that away. So let's see where we are now. Much better, isn't it, with the hand and everything, right? Getting closer and closer to what we want, except that we got a white dress. So now, excuse me for 1 second. Hello there. Sorry about that. The incoming phone call. Looks like you got more of my attention now because I don't have to rush to get to my next engagement. So I'll be able to refine this, and it's quite pleasant to be able to do something at your own leisure rather than being pressed hard. And so I'm going to finish this and bring it to realism, okay? So we got here, look how quickly we got here from a cartoon, like line drawing, from a line drawing then to a cartoon like drawing, and then building up slowly the three-dimensional aspect of this drawing, okay? So now I'm going to now save this. And then I'm going to save, and then I'm going to open it again because I told you that this is an app that we're a prototype app for getting ready to roll out the next release. So this is where we are. Look how close we're getting to where we want to go. So now you can see, you can alternate between the drawing and see what we need to do. I can see areas that you need to do. This is the drawing process, okay? So what we're going to do now is we're going to keep refining it. That is the drawing process. We can keep refining it. when I'm looking at this, I'm seeing gaps, areas that needs to be improved. The hat needs to be a little refined, corrected. That's really in essence what we're looking to do. But I can also see on the flesh tones that we need to make it a little bit more realistic. The eyes have come out nicely, but you can see there it's quite obvious that we haven't got that right. So let's head back. So we're at 60%, very small brush, and then we're gonna take, we can alternate this way. I've shown you completely from the reference image, and then so I can just go ahead and just refine that, and then you can see here that I can take some of that dark values away, right, adding more details, and then you can, we're going to clean this up really nicely. You can see here, here, okay, that area that we didn't quite capture last time, and then you can see here that there's that bit of area, so now you're seeing different. Yeah, so this is really a skill in drawing and understanding what tonal drawing is. Okay, you can see here that, see the variation? This is what really adds to the value of your drawing. Right, push that back, right, and then see here. See, we're doing exactly what we did on the hat. Yeah, but we're doing now but we haven't started blending as such. The blending thing that I told you about, which you're gonna do, okay? That's a little too harsh. And that, and the face, and then we go around to the neck here. Can you see it's a bit of a mess? Yeah, so let's correct it with this small brush, best as we can, before we go down to blending it. Okay, just refining it. Just refining. The more you refine, the better. But you don't have to do it to exact scale. That's the beauty of tonal painting and coloring, okay? Well, let's see where we've gone wrong here. We can see here, pick, and then pick the flesh. We're just staying on the fleshier tones, yeah? You can see here, got some bad colors there, which we haven't, so we're just going around refining it. Then we can see that we've improved that just a tad better, right? You can see, now you can see there's some very harsh stroke lines going on here, which is fine, but we haven't quite done it to a nice level, so we're just going to go around that little bit of area, okay? Picking the color picker and just using these short quick strokes so it looks like the way it should do, right? Okay, let's see what we got here. And then we got this. So we remember we got the purple color dress. We're not going to change it. So I'm going to continue. So I went to my drawing so I can pick these purple tones. And now we can see we've got a bigger brush. We can pick a little bit bigger brush and then refine this. So we're now back to our reference tone. Okay, and now doing this. So just refining this. Okay. Notice I'm not using tools. I'm just drawing. This is the pleasure of drawing, I'm telling you. You know, a lot of people go on about Photoshop. You gotta have this, you gotta have this Wacom tablet. Trust me, I have all those. But I ain't gonna draw like, well, the pleasure of drawing for me is like that. I'm a very advanced user. I've been using Photoshop for 30 years, but never felt the urge or need to do digital drawing like I do here. I've used it for extensively for technology, web development, you name it, done all of it. But I don't use it for drawing. I never contemplated using it for drawing actually, to be honest with you. So here, look, getting these flesh tones and then move it here because you want the purple right there. Okay, and then have a look at your drawing and see if it makes sense. So see, we refined that area, and then we can continue refining this. See that here? So we can go over step. Don't worry about the time. I'm gonna keep. I got the purple there that I need to do, and then go back here. Right. And remember, you're doing your purple, so you want to pick your color. Okay, let's see if we fixed that. Nicely done, isn't it? And then we can fix the hair a bit more. Now that we're just trying to get those black marks, which are obviously the line drawing we did before. You can see right away that the drawing process, I'm going to go over it a few more minutes. I'm going to overstep this drawing tutorial by probably by another 10 minutes because it's worthwhile me mentioning these very important points. So the drawing process, especially the drawing process, what is the drawing process? In fact, the drawing process is not really something that's discussed in Paintology. Not in Paintology, but in drawing in general. And I'm quite surprised by that because, and when I type in drawing process in Google, it departs away from art. And then I found a couple of entries of someone who's showing their drawing process, what they think to be a drawing process, and it's, in my opinion, it's completely wrong. They're trying to say the style, their unique style of drawing is a drawing process. It's not. For me, if you want to understand drawing process, it's very crucial to drawing in general, and it's probably going to remove your limited thinking if you're a beginner on what drawing is all about and open your mind a little bit more. It's this one. You go to, let me show you. Let me go to, there's the, where is it? So let me go show you what I mean by the drawing process. So go to paintology.com and click on blog. There's hundreds of articles I posted. So you have to understand, I'm not a practitioner of art that's just going to talk about the very thing that I do. I'm talking about the very thing that I do impacts you as well. So what I'm teaching you are actually techniques, methods that I'd like to portray to you, not my unique style of drawing and painting, which most artists do, and therefore have have sometimes a bearing on the fundamentals, and sometimes a hit or miss, and sometimes it's not. I'm actually always, because of my mindset, always breaking down the process of doing something into some of its elements and trying to convey that to you. Okay, so go to the blog, right? You'll come to the blog and go up, down. You'll see I've got hundreds of posts, I should say. And here's the drawing process. The process of drawing. I've got loads of posts that you can read, right? I write a lot. I'm a vid writer and I'm also an artist, but I am a technologist. That's why I've developed the app. So go to the process of drawing, learn the fundamentals, and then just simply read this section. It's not that comprehensive, but it will teach you the process of drawing. In my opinion, this is the fundamental process of drawing that should be applied to any drawing course. It shows you here. Let me show you this drawing here, image. It says step 1, 2, 3, steps 5, 6, 7. What it's saying is if you've seen the drawing that I just did earlier of the woman in red hat, you'll see I'm taking it stepwise all the way from something that's 2D and then somehow building it up slowly and bringing it to realism. And then if I wanted to, I could probably take it all the way to photorealism and you wouldn't be able to tell whether it was a photo or not. And that is the drawing process. It, it, if you're at the beginning stages of the drawing process, like here, most of you will give up at steps 1, 2, and 3 because you're not open to the fact that if you did a little bit more like I did, you can go to steps 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? So think of the drawing process as a means to keep you piecewise going to the final goal. And as a beginner, your final goal is is in reality this painting that's more realistic, right? That's your goal. But the fact is, you feel that you need to get it from within here. Steps 1, 2, and 3. And what happens? Majority of you will throw your arms up in the air and give up. That's what happens because you haven't acquired the skills to go to steps 5, 6, 7, 8. And what I'm showing you are these very steps. So if you feel that these people who give up are not open to the fact that you can take this drawing to the next level, take something to a higher level, and but it's not done. The artist, if you go to any YouTuber, will never assume they're going to take their drawing within 3 steps, take it all the way to a masterpiece. It just does not happen. They know it's a whole process. They bring their skills and then they take it all the way up there. So you're probably like looking at it and saying, oh, wow, how did you get from there to there? You see, I've taken you through all the steps. And if you follow these steps, you will know you will have the same skill sets that I do. Okay? And that is the drawing process. So if you think that the drawing process is also an a very important process that indirectly consumes the mind of the artist when they keep drawing. They go through these automatically, instinctively, tapping into their skill sets until they get to. And the more skill sets you have, the the ultimate skill sets is to take your drawing level to photorealism. Hyperrealism, in my opinion, is not a drawing skill set. It is just picking pixelations of colors and finding tones, and then on a big canvas spending 2-3 months. Just if you like to spend 2-3 months doing one piece of art like that, then go ahead, no problem, but you're not going to learn. In my opinion, it's not acquiring a good skills. Acquiring good skills is taking a drawing very far, very quickly, from all the way from zero to finish. Okay, so let's go back to a drawing. So now you can see the drawing process says I need to take this. I would not be able to go to the next level of my drawing from here unless I came here. It, I know it just seems illogical to you, but it's actually true. You're not going to go to this level, and most people are going to go to the first stage of my drawing, which is a line drawing, and then they're going to say, I don't know the next steps. I'm going to throw my arms up in the air. I'm out, and they're not going to be open to developing that skill set. And it's the sad fact is that many of you will blame the fact that you don't have it inside of you to do it, which is total nonsense. Everyone has it inside of them. It's just that you have to be honest with yourself and say, I can't do it. It's just that I don't want to do it. But don't blame the skill set, okay? Because you'll come to use that excuse in any kind of skill set, not just drawing. So now I can see here that I need to get to the next level. I haven't finished. I can get to the next level. I can see all kinds of things that needs improving. First, I'm going to refine this hat, okay? Let's look at this hat. How can I refine it? Well, obviously it's all tatty, so I can keep a nice brush size, let's say 3%, and then I'm going to stick to the 60%, pick the colors, and I'm on my canvas. That's all I'm doing, refining the edges. So zooming in, refining the edges, and if the color gets a little too light, pick the color that you think it should have. Okay. Right. Let's pick this and then refine the edges. Right, so it looks like a proper hat. It's looking more photorealistic. Then it's going to look like a real hat. You can see how it looks a little odd now. If you get close enough, fix that, right? All you can do, that's all you can do. There. And pick the colors you already got there. And then here, let's see what we have here. We get a little bit of an underlying flap. So we're going to fix that. Right there. Show that. Just refine the edges. And here, see here, so keep tabs of the reference image using that slider button. Okay, let's see if we refine this hat. Wow, looking so much better, isn't it? Now we can refine this edge here. Just, and take that red color, just tap it out like that. And then you can see here, and just make it straight. Okay, and then what do we have here? It's looking a little weird. So we're going to fix that. Okay, so this is a good exercise. It's teaching you, really improving your drawing skills, I should say. I wouldn't have been able to do this. I would have probably finished earlier if I'd kept to my original time, but since I'm actually thinking there's a lot of people interested in this drawing, I should keep going as much as I can. Let's see what we've done here. Improve that. Use the smooth strokes. Notice my strokes are a lot more refined now for doing these. Right there. Let's see, much better, isn't it? Look how we've definitely shaped that. And now we're going to do this here. And fix the hair. So got the round. So I haven't changed the hair color, obviously. And I'm just refining it. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to take it down and take it down 25%, and then just do these strokes. Look, I'm at 1.6. I'm just going to follow these. You see these lines there of the hair? I'm just picking the color and just following the lines of the strokes of the hair, right? And then you can see this one here. So I can build up so many variations of tones, right? And continue to build up here. You see it here? Build up these tones. Color picker, color picker, color picker. So I don't know what it's going to look like, but I have a fairly good idea of what it might look like, okay? Let's have a look. See if we've managed to create some form of hair. And we did, isn't it? Look at that, it's so lovely. So now we can continue this. Look at this drawing. So we can continue just adding these lovely strokes, right? And then creating the illusion of hair, right? Just following the line of the hair, right? Because it's picking up these tones already automatically, okay? And now you can see here, same thing. Just because we've got a small line brush, right? And then I believe the hair doesn't stop here. The hair stops here, and then the rest is something else. The hat. So pick the color picker, and let's see. So the rest is the hat. Yes, I'm actually quite mistaken. I'm actually going well beyond the 10 minutes, but do tell me if you get bored. That's a joke, actually. I'm not really chatting with you guys, but yeah, look, I'm gonna fix this. Right. Yeah, get that, like this is part of the hat. Get that out the way, right? There. See that red tinge? Ooh, do you see that? So we can bring that down even more. So more control. Alright, see how we control that? That was all down to the density setting here. Isn't that amazing? So I'm just refining the edges. Alright, so here, here, here. So I'm going to pick this and then pick and then make sure that's it. So it just looks a little straighter. So there you are, you see? So that's done. I would say that's done. And now let's see what we're going to do. We're going to do the face. So since I'm enjoying this so much, I'm going to carry on doing it. Look at that. As you get closer, it looks. Now I've shown you a tip on how to get this opacity setting, right? So let's take this. Let's try this as an example. Let's see if we can blend this. Right, with this lower setting, we've got much more degree of control over the tones. Let's pick this tone and dark tones. Let's pick a smaller brush. Let's see if we can blend this. Right, so it looks realistic. Let's take that blending. Right. I think we can pick a little bit, depending on what features you're doing. And then maybe take, wow, 11%. Right, let's pick this, blend that. Right there. I think we blended that enough, isn't it? And then that's like that. I mean, I've really got limited time, so I'm not gonna then take it down. See how much control you have on this. So I'm gonna pick the black color, right? Bring it down, right? Remember, it's blending, so it just gives the illusion. So you can blend this all the way, and it look like it's a nice blending, isn't it? Like under that nose. See how we'll blend this? See that? There. And then you can do the same for the lips. Blend. Just to give some realism. See these strokes there? There. We can blend that. And because we got much lower opacity and blend it. Right there. Right, so just blending it. This is what all artists do. The darker areas will go lighter around it. So just keep blending it. Yeah. And then this has to get a little bit black, darker. Right. And then see what we have here. So don't forget to look at the image as well. Reference image. See? And then carry that black image, not the black, it's a darker shade around it. Okay? And then see what needs to be done here. A little bit of that tone is floating there, and then there's that dark tone here. I'm going to pick the same tone that I carried, and then just blend. See that right side? You're going to blend that. Look, how do you blend that? Well, you get used to this. Look, 7%. Okay, let's pick that. blend, and then make sure it's not too dark. And take it way down. Right, if I'm not getting it, I'm going to take it way down, mate. Yeah, you're not going to beat me in tonal. So here, see that? I got much degree of control over the blending. Look at that. There's a light patch here. Right. Now we've really blended this, haven't we? Okay, now look at this. She looks like she's got some scars on her face. Well, we don't want that. So just blend. Take it up because it's really low. Honestly, I've never used it at this level. And then, see, you have so much control when you get better at this. Right, then here as well. There. Then pick a lighter tone. Carry it in there, see? That's the control you have. Then this can be carried here. Alright, and then look here at the top of the eyebrow. Can see it? There's a little bit of a transition going on there. I'm just going to blend that and control this to right there. Let's see that there. And then it gets darker, so I'm going to blend that edge here. Okay, perfect. Right. Then you can even blend this, the eyes, look. And even blend the eyes, look, see? Pick the next color. Blended. Splendid, blended. It's a joke. See that? There. So much control. And see this one? It almost looks like that needs to be taken here. Done that. So where are we? Better, isn't it? So now the neck. Let's do the neck. Same thing, same technique. Look, it's not nowhere near what we want. So again, blend. And then the brown. See what I'm doing? There. There's so much better, isn't it? The blending here, right? And then similarly the arms here. And let's blend that. Notice I increase the brush size. Right there. And that's looking good, isn't it? Right, and then let's finish off with the hands. So we have to go for a smaller brush, isn't it? So, wow, we're well over the limit. But this is so interesting. We're gonna make this work, isn't it? Actually think 3%. You'll find that you'll need a more control. Let's increase that too. See how this works. because it's not choppy, so you see how splendid. Right, get that, carry that dark color, and then we can blend this, right, because we don't want this dark color appearing, so let's take it up. Let's just blend the brown, right. That's it. And now let's increase that to blend this arm, lower arm. Right, it's all about knowing what to do, and then increase the lower, reduce that, right, and then get these colors. There, that should be a little blended, isn't it? There, all blended and all splendid. Sorry about my jokes, but my daughter likes my jokes. Anyway, and then just blend that. Right, looking good, isn't it? Alright, let's see what we have here. That's not bad, is it? I can see two things that needs to be corrected. And this is the purple here. The just pick that. Just add a little bit of a notch. Who knows? It could be anything, right? And then pick this, and then right, and then a few more touches. This is it. Done. Well, there you are. Just to show you, let's take these marks off here. Right, there you are. You don't need that. And then we're going to sign here and then call it a day. So I really hope you enjoyed this. And I'm going to sign. Let's pick, you've got to pick a color up there, isn't it? Let's take it down. Or shall I sign up here, I think. Oops. Good. That's the thing, you may be good at drawing, but when it comes to writing, blimey heck. There, give me some space. There, Paintology. There you are. So I really hope you enjoyed this. That's just to show you what we did. So I'm going to recap. Essentially what I did was line drawing, then continued to build up this drawing to somewhat a realistic drawing, realism, and I showed you how you can rapidly get to this point, but there is a way, there is a path. There is none of that mental intuition or the psychological process of an artist that carries, you know, that goes through their mind as they complete a drawing. That's their own personal take. But in digital, it can be successfully conveyed to the end user. You saw me using all the digital tools, but you try and do the same with an artist who's using acrylics and getting all the tonal values. You'll be lost after 5 minutes into his drawing process because he's acquired techniques and ability that's why a lot of artists will say it takes years to master. But fortunately, Paintology, I've shown you the techniques that will rapidly improve your art techniques, and not just in digital, but in any forms of art. So I hope you really enjoyed this. Please do subscribe and give me a thumbs up and anything to support me, because this is all free right now. And so take full advantage of it. Everything's free. There's nothing really paid for. And you've got practically, literally hundreds of streams that you can go through. So thank you very much. And then please do comment, subscribe, and give me feedback. I'd love some feedback on the methods I'm showing you. And, it's really helpful for me to bring you more stuff. So until tomorrow, I thank you for watching and see you soon. Thank you. Bye bye.